our RogueTech gameplay commentary. We're going back to the surface of Smithin to sort out some more bad guys. Think either the mission interdiction or forward observers. Normally with forward observers, though, you're looking at 2 lances, and if they're both pristine, we're probably going to struggle because we just don't have the damage yet. We do have heavy mechs waiting in the wings to be repaired, so what we'll probably do is we'll do interdiction now, repair our mechs, and then try for forward observers. It's a 2.5 skull mission, so as you know, I consider them the most difficult missions because you just don't know. You don't have a good idea what they're going to throw at you. And we're going back into the desert, which is another thing to consider. This current lance has been serving us pretty well, so let's do it to it. Loading screen hopes and dreams. On a personal note, I've been enjoying doing these commentaries a lot. It's rewarding. It's fun to talk to people with similar interests and get myself out there a little bit. And our hope is that we can grow our 2 channels. If you don't know, there's another political commentary channel that we launched simultaneously with this one. But the tone of that channel is very different from this one, and we want this to be a fun place where we can hang out together and enjoy each other's company, where our political channel is a lot more about work and it feels like work. So if you're here for fun, enjoy your time here. Okay. So if I remember this map properly, let's zoom out a little bit. We catch the convoy on the road, and they're making a break for this switchback here. And they're trying to cross that dam. And basically, if you don't get them in time, you're not going to catch them. Or I've definitely done convoy missions with mechs that are just too slow. Our slowest mech currently is the Wolverine, just because of its jump jet limitations. What we're going to try and do is come around this side of the hill with our walkers like the Kintaro. The crab as well, we're going to try and keep on the ground as much as possible, but it can become an impossibility with the way these missions go sometimes. If you've done them before, you know what I'm talking about. These missions also tend to push you into impossible places, like sniping mechs seem to do the best, but of course you need line of sight. So you might have the understandable reaction like, oh, well, if that's the issue, why not do missile boats? But until you have serious missile boats, it's very hard for even our Kintaro, without a direct shot on a vehicle on its broadside, to actually bring down a truck all on his own, just because of the dispersion of the missiles. Dispersal is probably a better word. Oh, here we go. That's nice. Especially since we're going to see what we're up against. See, these guys are already well on their move. Like, it tells you to go here, and it's just a lie. They're sprinting the entire time, and they're on the highway, so it's just not accurate for them to tell you to try and go here. It's bad intel. What we will try and do is the mechs will turn to try and intercept us. We'll try to close on the road and eventually jump up onto it. It's going to be close quarters, but that's where we excel, and they will not. I'm tempted to reserve, even if it means letting the vehicles move. I think that's what I'll do. There are going to be consequences for that decision, though. So far they can't get eyes on us, but again, it's because of their massive head start. Fire starter, we don't like to see that. Presence of a fire starter on this mission is not good news, because it basically demands that we ignore it, and it's a high heat mission. We'll lose a lot by ignoring it. Got a 45 tonner up here in the medium category. I'm gonna reserve once more. $55 tonner up there. Must be a Shadowhawk. I heard an autocannon, but didn't really see a shot. And that must be a Blackjack. Pretty sure it's only 45 tonner with an autocannon. Alright. As expected, there's basically nothing we can do our first turn to our targets. Well, we got eyes on them there. Let's see. This is a 70 tonner. Yeah, that Gallant, I think, is what it's called. It's not completely sitting still, but it is practically sitting still. Called the Shadowhawk correctly. We're going to turn our heat off. It's a 2H. Not the biggest threat. Spider. We're absolutely going to be tearing our hair out trying to get these vehicles destroyed before they escape. That's a pretty good start. Sort of also a decent highlight why the snipers are effective in this role, just because that targeted damage on the same area was quite punishing. Luckily, it's the spider on this side with the crab. If it were the fire starter, I would be a lot more concerned. Probably there. Tempting to split fire to shoot, to wipe a little bit of evasion off the spider, but it's just not worth it. We need to manage our heat. by some miracle we're in range of that carrier. Its damage spread is pretty bad though. I don't think the Firestarter could overheat us this turn, so we might as well take a shot at it. Yeah. That's half of the primary objective in the first round. Pretty amazing that we were able to pull that off. SRM carrier is public enemy number 1 for the vehicles we need to destroy. Just weighing as to whether or not there's that much of a risk we're taking by going now rather than reserving a little bit, but I don't think there is, especially if they do end up shooting at us again. We want them to shoot at the Shadowhawk. Kill shot. It's working. It might fall apart right now, but it's working. This is the right kind of spider to be fighting for this mission. Mostly because it doesn't have machine guns, so it can't wipe evasion effectively. This is what we were expecting from the Firestarter. Behemoth got hit. We have superpowers though. We're just going to shoot the SRM-6 for the sake of wiping that Striker's evasion off of there. Here comes the Shadowhawk. Pretty bad range profile for it, so that was good to see. Not expecting much from the Blackjack either, because either it's going to be shooting at one of the people we want them to, and it's going to build a lot of heat, or it's going to be shooting at long range and not doing enough damage. I think, can we walk her up into this? We can. Unless we miss for some reason, this should be all we need to win. Looks like one shot is all we need anyway. That looks like death. It wasn't though. Did we get a turret shot? It's alright. This is why we have multi-shot. Let's see what happened with this. She hit the front of it with both shots is what it looks like. So we're going to put an LRM-10 and the LRM-5 on it just to make sure that it dies. We'll fire the other two of them at the Blackjack. There we go. Spider's trying to be the ultimate warrior here. Our bigger concern is going to be the Firestarter, but it looks like the Firestarter can easily keep up with the Wolverine and stick to it, which is fine for the most part, and I would expect that to be what it does. We'll just keep the Wolverine moving and using its SRM6, and that should be fine. This also comfortably ends the run and panic portion. Here he comes. That was an alpha strike from him. That's really annoying that she keeps getting hit, but she's a tough lady and she can take it. She does not need to be that close. This also works, I think. Just stack a little bit more evasion, making a slightly different play. I think that was the entire attack from the Shadowhawk. Yeah, it stood still and fired its LRM5s and decided that was good enough. Just gonna keep on the blackjack. Definitely got the least to lose by it dying. I think we'll just let the LRMs do their thing. Save our precision for a rainy day. Kind of regretting that decision though, since he hit them all over the place in different places. Comes the Firestarter again, doing exactly what we predicted it would do. This is gonna hurt. Oh, a miss. That was lucky. Need to hit them both. Didn't hit either of them. Okay. Well, we're gonna kill the blackjack just in the slowest, least efficient way possible. Just go get the angle on it instead. Finish the thing off. Okay. It's time, everyone. It's time. That's the end of you. And good riddance. Don't you see? It's over. I've had enough of you. Did that not have line of sight? Okay. Okay. Don't know how much stuff Glitch destroyed on this mission, but it was a lot. for the torso instead. Oh, whoops. Canceled that. Alright. Gonna have to patch Behemoth up, but other than that, we got in there and got those guys taken care of. Definitely got fed up with that fire starter. If they could field them, just fire starters would have been a terrible threat to the success of that mission. Okay. Got some mech salvage. Got the Delta Dart LRM-10. We're gonna have to do some repairs and some maintenance. It can actually mount 5 jump jets. For some reason I thought it could mount 4. We must have only mounted 4 for a loadout reason. And then Behemoth is out of action for a month. Good thing we've got Medusa. "8 days until the dragon is ready." Let's look at engineering really quick. Can get the other medbay up, which we should do. But even more than that, we need to start with our training modules. Okay. Everything else is looking all right. Let's take a peek at these contracts. Okay. Let's see. His numbers aren't that bad, actually. We need another brawler. These, bringing him in on these harder missions might be a mistake, though. We're gonna go... Decker has been playing as a sniper, but he's actually trained as... He's built just like Behemoth is. Or more or less, so... Okay. Should be shopping around if there's a half rack of LRM ammo, because there's no way on earth we'll get through all of that. You know what else? I thought we were rebuilding a quick draw. It's 3 days out. Here we go. There we go. Okay. We're taking you out. We're taking you out. Now, we're taking in the quick draw, the dragon, and the thunderbolt. We just need to decide in what order. Definitely Decker in the thunderbolt. Put peace in the Kentaro, because it's the least failure prone. Almost want to bring Medusa to put in the quick draw instead of Glitch. Kind of a wild and wacky team of kids. But it's a majority heavy lance, and our lightest mech is a 55 tonner. That's pretty respectable regardless. Let's take a swing at it, see how we feel. I still consider 2 pristine lances a high possibility. What do we got for loading screen hopes and dreams? I noticed that in New Zealand they had 1 COVID case and they went back into lockdown just to make sure that their COVID situation comes under control. What's the mine? As a leadership question to you guys, do you support the idea of the lockdowns in general, but especially like New Zealand has had a very successful battle with COVID, especially compared to the United States, where way too many people ended up dying over over basically our principles, where they come down to healthcare, liberties, vaccinations, masks, all of that. I feel like we fell short on basically all those categories. We tried to have our cake and eat it too, and we ended up losing both. But is that still preferable to the alternative? Or can we admit that other countries have taken the same challenge further and potentially done better? I don't know yet. I don't know. Curious to know what you guys think. Here's the dragon. It's a big beefy boy with its big belly. I do like it. I do like it a lot. I like it in MechWarrior 5 as well. There's a variant out there that you can get a large laser on each arm, and that's a really solid thing to do with it. This is a weird map because there is some line of sight, but there's basically, it's a strip mine. If you've never seen a strip mine before, that's what it's sort of modeled after. But there's pretty much no cover. I think you might be able to jump into the mineral field, yeah, and like, but it would just be a mosh pit where no one can hit each other to actively decide to fight in there on defense, I guess. Or if they have greater numbers, it makes sense for them to be fighting in there. But for us, that's not what we're doing. Let's see. We're gonna have Medusa jump up here. Or I would. Again, I'm still thinking in the past where you could immediately sensor lock after making contact with the enemy, and you can't do that. Alright, we got our big kids up there, and we're gonna take it to them. 20 tons, that's reassuring. Especially since we've got two sensor locks if we need them for anything. Let's just keep... Here are the reinforcements already. It's not really a surprise, but it is gonna make for a frustrating fight just because we're doing this fight here. $50 tons. Griffin 1N. Ooh, he shot through our armpit. That's embarrassing. I do stuff like that though. I am the commander after all. Here's a Vulcan. Wolverine. Don't know what his plan is, but it doesn't really matter. Let's just reserve again. See if there are any others like heavier mechs walking around out there. Doesn't look like it though. Okay. I'm just gonna check. That's a melee attack. It's probably even worth it. Interestingly enough, the Griffin is standing still as well as having his weak side turned to us. So what if we were jumping up? I mean, we still have our medium lasers. It's not even a few of them. It's quite a compliment. So we can either destroy or disarm this griffin this turn and be more valuable. So I think that's what we're going to go for. If it doesn't pan out, why, y'all can laugh at me. The reason for the change of strategy is that we use sensor lock to manage our heat. Like the next turn, we'll probably jump and sensor lock instead of jump and shoot unless we really need to for some reason. He's got his weird range profile on this dragon, so we're gonna have to learn to use that. Still shooting the proper side of the mech though. A lot of those shots hit the center torso, so we are optimistic for a kill. We'll use peace last. Can actually do some interesting stuff with Decker this turn. Probably not going to get the kill, but we'll probably disarm it. Might even leg it. There's an ammo explosion. Yeah, and there went the leg. So first thing next turn, that griffin is toast. We might just leave it up because it can pretty much only hobble around at this point. Did that thing decide to stand still as well? That's crazy. These guys are crazy. Alright, peace. Turn the missiles off for once. Didn't quite get his shot in there, which is disappointing. That must be a commando. Alright. I'm just gonna reserve, because that Locust is probably gonna die this turn. These guys really do want to fight in here, but we're not gonna give them the satisfaction. They want to fight in there so badly that they're leaving their own lance hanging out to dry. Does this bad boy have a flamer? It does. That looked like some actual proper damage. Okay. Who has... Decker does. We're gonna move up here like this. Just use this coolant vent. Because we're going to be, as much as possible, we're going to be trying to take these mechs out as fast as we can. Okay. Probably gonna whack the Vulcan because it is still a bigger threat just because of the flamer it's got. This one has the MGs on it. Yeah, that's annoying, but anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, miss. I mean, it's the commander. I should have known better, but big depress. Alright. I don't really know why Peace is getting to move early like this. It doesn't matter, it's a good thing, but game-wise, he doesn't have like Master Tactician, nor is he in a light mech. Oh, it's because all of our, he's the only medium mech, that's why. I could almost pretend to know something about this game. I really don't, though. Why don't we do this instead? That reduces the Vulcan's initiative by 1 to precision strike him. It'll leave us open to get the kill. Something with 2 lasers shot at him. There was a 50-tonner. Yeah, there's a crab is why. Okay. Alright, here's Teehashee. Kind of like to turn him around and have him whack the Locust instead, just because it'll give him evasion, where this is effectively standing still. Does this thing still have its flamer? No, it doesn't. Okay. Sorry, I'm torn, because if we attack it, it won't get to attack, assuming we knock it out, which seems pretty likely. It's got a medium laser and a machine gun. It's negligible damage. Alright, I've made my decision. Big kick to the face for you. We might still prevent it from attacking. Quick Draw doesn't have any heat. We can afford to jump it. That must be a Shadow Hawk. Here comes the Wolverine. Oh, this is a Wolverine K, isn't it? With its large laser. Yeah. Okay. It just needs 1 shot to hit the center torso for a kill shot. Let's let's assume that's going to happen. Okay. Decent shooting again. And then we've got the Thunderbolt. What I'm tempted to do is sprint the Thunderbolt. It's actually 5. Here they come. It's a blackjack. This is a better variant of the blackjack in my opinion. Less heat efficient, but much more efficient in weight, and I do consider weight efficiency desirable over heat efficiency, mostly because your heat situation you can adjust, you can adapt to less if you have no weight, where if you have weight you can change guns, you can add heat sinks, you can add armor, you can do all those things. Gonna mostly just let him put on some damage. Oh, that's a hunchback. Well, we do need to take that seriously. He's been sprinting in, not shooting. One enemy that we haven't the best advantage against with our mostly melee and heat controlling builds. PPC. Let's see, where's our dragon? He's here. We really want them to come to us, so let's reserve. Got both Wolverines. I'm not completely worried about this fight, but there are some worrying aspects about it. Here's our big boy. He missed with it, thankfully. We're gonna need to turn our attention to him though, whether we like it or not. But he's already shot this turn, so... Oh, miss. Come on, Commander. We really need you to not be missing stuff. We need that arm knocked off at least. Push this extra amount of distance out of here to get the rest of this range in. All right. indicator. Pew. Alright, we should be in position to start focusing on this hunchback. And by focus, I mean conduct a death from above, maybe? If we're gonna do that, we want to do it after he attacks and not before. It'd be pretty bad news if you walked around that corner and shot the dragon right in the patootie though, with the autocannon 20. It's better for a lot of reasons that he get his attack in though. We're gonna let it happen. They're wiping the evasion off the quick draw, so I'm assuming the hunchback is going to shoot at him. Alright, here he is. I'm pretty sure he missed with it. Or did he? I think he hit with it. But it doesn't matter because we have him right where we want him. These... Oh, this is killing me. This is tragic. It'll be alright, Decker. We got bigger fish to fry. That looked like a solid hit. Okay, let's manage this heat a little bit. Not entirely happy with the way this damage is shaken out. We've had some bad luck this mission. I'll just come out and say it. I've had repeated melee misses, each of which were big losses in damage potential. I also hate these guys, Medusa. Alright, Commander, we need you. It's another miss. I can't believe it. Alright, peace. We're gonna have to cook your Kintaro a little bit, but we're out of options. Well and truly out of options. go. Now, one of those lasers went into the cockpit. Yeah, I kicked her right in the small of the back, didn't he? Looks like this Wolverine is going to be the thing to take out next. Our heat situation is okay. Pretty decent shooting. Pretty much have to commit to a melee attack. Is it going to be another miss? No, we hit something. Hey guys. First 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 shot, right? One shot, one kill. Alright, we need to sprint. Paying for all of our lost damage from those attacks. Alright. Rather than that, actually, we will do this one more time. I just want to make sure that this unit goes down. It's probably still a pretty safe bet, though. So, we'll let him take a swing at it. Yep, there we go. Alright, Medusa. Okay, we are going to, I think, we can force these guys to turn around. And there's no real reason why not. That was your mistake, wasting all the damage of the Vindicator when it matters the most. I think we're gonna sprint down here again. Blackjack trying to protect his backside, which is fine. That's basically can't protect everyone, including that Vindicator, which is who we're looking at disarming. Or we'll just do a Highlander burial here. Okay, it's kind of getting to the point where we need to be focusing one of these mechs down. But they're kind of in the same situation. They're not sure who they want to shoot at yet. Blackjack is kind of at its heat capacity. This gives us an opening at least. We can focus down this Vindicator. Nice hit. Very depressing to have that happen. But we also kind of have this situation where RogueTech is being very RogueTech this mission. And despite generally making the right plays and the right calls, things went wrong. No, we're gonna save that for rainy day. Because this definitely isn't a rainy day, right guys? We got this under control. was good. I sense a lot of strong emotions in this fight. Fire rainy day missiles. There we go. Pilots out. Got a surprise for you too, sir. What was that? Application minimized for no reason. Okay, so here's our Wolverine. Gonna make it real hard for him to do anything to us. Almost smarter to brace. We're just gonna brace. It's not like we need the damage. Okay. Looks like we're gonna move Teehashee last this time around. No, I'm just gonna go kiss you right in the face. Finally. What a disaster. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Ugh. I owe Medusa an apology. We're finishing a Hunchback. That's pretty cool. Finishing a Vindicator. Vulcan, Wolverine. What I'd like to take is that Blackjack piece. Okay, got a lot of housekeeping to do after that. Okay. Let's look at this. Oh, the Vindicator we can put away. One day of repair, and a big ol' refit. Looking at, sure, why not? 2 medium lasers, a heat sink, and we lost the heavy jump jet. LOL. Alright. Go buy another one. That is something that MechWarrior 5 did innovate on for this like sort of mercenary company model, is that you can buy stuff from the repair screen, which is right where you need it, so that's great. Alright, now let's put her back together. Alright, we're back in business. Okay. Here's the Hunchback. Most typical thing to do is drop the small laser, take the autocannon 20 out, and give it an AC 10, max armor, and ammo. And that's it. That's all it needs. Jump jets, I guess, is what we'll do next. Yoink, yoink, yoink. AC-10 ammo. That's going to be lots, pretty much enough to keep the AC-10 firing for every turn without concerns. Give it much needed mobility. No, the heatsink is a good idea. Just need to drop that half ton of armor. There we go. Pretty much all there is to it. Okay. Now we'll finish working on our mechs. Our babies. Quick draw needs 6 days. This training module needs 4 days, and we're about to pay bills. What do we got? So another Merc commander warns us about having glitch on our crew, and of course, obviously the entire time without exception, glitch has served with honor and distinction. So we can delete the message, or we'll talk to glitch, which is what is probably the right thing to do. And she comes clean. What more could you want from your people? Okay. Got a lot of hurt people. We can't really do much until they are not hurt. Both of our scouts. So, training pods are done. That's great news. We're just gonna go pop over here and build the second one. Hang out over Smithin. So glitch is definitely suffering some shell shock, especially following this mission, and it makes sense for it to be glitch. She's never even been injured since she's been on our crew, I don't think. Well, here, she's literally coming to visit us in medbay, more than likely. She's like, I know you're busy. Yeah, we might be in our office, but we're in the medbay, so. But let's talk to her. And here we impart a little bit of wisdom about war, which is that basically war is like BattleTech in the sense that it's frickin' random all the time, and you can make a lot of right decisions and make good choices for your people, and your people themselves can make good choices, and bad things still happen. All important things to consider when it comes down to actually fighting a war. But we got through it. And if war is truly necessary, like it is sometimes, be good to your people, and you and they will get through it. Okay, Just about to have another part of the ship finished. It's not how I typically like to upgrade the ship, but this is getting it upgraded, so this is really expensive to redo the med bay, but we just sat for a month because the med bay was a shambles, so there you go. Okay. So it looks like we've got 2 contracts left. They're going to be doozies like that last one was, only they're going to be back to back. But we got our A-team up and going. And then we'll do the served cold mission, which is a fun mission. We can give her tactics, indirect fire penalty. That's something, sure. Max sprint, that's pretty good. Extra melee hit. Reduced minimum range is also really good for Decker because he ends up sniping a lot for us. Called shot bonus, also pretty good. We'll just fill that up. Glitch is going to be going into the next mission with high spirits. We'll definitely make use of those. Medusa is getting pretty close to Ace Pilot, which is a great ability for your scouts to have. Peace is ready to start becoming the man he always wanted to be. We'll start with Bulwark, I think. And then Teehashee. Here's that base melee hit. Definitely would have come in handy. Base sprint. We're definitely going to be making use of these, so we'll just we'll put our money into them. And by money, I mean experience, because it's the same thing, right? It's not. Okay, guys, thanks for coming along. We'll do another one here down the road. Take care, all.